Hello again guys, and welcome to my channel. My name's Nick, aka Red Fox the Gamer. I've decided to show you Mini Metro today. I think every once in a while a game just comes along, and whether it be like a really advanced graphical game or just really fantastic gameplay, or whether it be the simplest idea in the world, like sometimes a game just really like takes you by surprise. And I found that I've just sort of started playing Mini Metro, and it's just sort of blown me away in regards to the simplicity of the game, and just basically how addictive it is. Effectively, just to give you a brief overview of the game, you're sort of in control of a underground network, so you have to build your lines and get different shapes, as you can see here, like triangles and squares and circles, to the relevant stations. So if you go to a circle station and it's got two triangle passengers on it, then you have to get them to a triangle based station, and the whole idea is that you have to get them there as quick as possible, pick them up as quick as possible, and don't leave them waiting for too long, because effectively the game ends as soon as you have left them there. I don't know what the time is, but it's probably about a minute. If you leave them there for over a minute, then basically the game ends. So I'm going to just dive straight into a game, show you how it works, and then just hopefully you'll get an idea of this game, and you might want to buy it and try it yourself. I think at the minute it's on Steam for £6.99, so it's definitely worth the money, I think. But take a look and see what you think. So we're just going to go ahead and start a game. I've already done a bit of London one, so I'm going to go to Paris, and we'll try this one out. I'll walk you through it as I go, but so as you can see, we have a river, and then we have a triangle, a square, and a circle. So you have to then connect the lines, and I'm then going to connect, sorry, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to connect this line there. So you can see now that we have a triangle, a square, a circle, and a circle. So this is the tram, or the underground train, sorry, and the circle, he's picked up a circle, and he'll drop the circle off at the circle station, and then he will go along and then pick up the next passenger. So he'll probably pick up the square on the way back, and then as you can see, he'll then drop them off at the next line. In here you can see a bar that we have. These are the different colour lines that we can have. This here is how many tunnels we can build, so obviously how many times you can go under a river in the game, and this is how many trains that you can effectively put on the map. So at the minute I'm just looking at these. I'm going to connect a different, I think I'm going to do a different line here, so I'm going to connect that there, and that will then take one of your trains off, as you can see. And what you can do is you can drop passengers off at one of these stations, and then the other line will pick them up. But as I can see, there's a triangle there. I'm going to connect this blue line there. So now I have a square, a circle, and a triangle, and then a square, a circle, and a triangle for the yellows. So this should hopefully work quite well so far. So effectively, each week you have to go from Monday to Sunday, and then when Sunday comes around, you then obviously completed that day. So that week, sorry. And at the end of the week you then get bonuses, so I'll hopefully be able to show you that in a minute. I'm not going to do anything with this triangle just yet, because we'll have enough time to deal with that in a minute. I want to sort of get through to Sunday, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end of the week. And there's a circle there as well, so we've got to maybe connect those lines up. Actually, what I might do now is I will connect these up, because then we have another line available there. But the only problem is, at the minute, as you can see, is that this line doesn't have a square. Okay, so we finished the week, and now you can see that we have a new train, and then you have a choice. You can either pick a new line, which effectively means you can have an additional colour, or you can pick a carriage to increase the capacity on one of your trains. Because it's quite early on in the game, I think we don't really need additional carriages, so I'm going to opt for a new additional line. So as you can see, we now have the pink line. So as he's got a square passenger, I presume he's going to drop the square passenger off, and as you can see, look, the square passenger then appears there. And then basically what will happen is as that yellow train comes around, it'll pick the square up and then drop it off at the square station. How we're going to deal with this one at the minute, I don't know. don't want to overcommit anything, but what I might do is there's a couple of yellows there, so I might just connect the yellow lines up. And because that's quite a long line, I might put another train on there. So put a train over here. So now we have two trains on the yellow line, which will increase the speed that we can get from A to B. What you can do actually throughout the game is you can drag the trains to another line, which obviously adds that added, you can obviously flexibility, so you can sort of move around. I've got another one here now, so what we're going to do with this one? Is this time to maybe introduce the pink line? This is effectively turning into our central station now. But the problem is I haven't got another train at the minute, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one of the yellow ones, like I said earlier, and now we have 4 trains on 4 different colour lines. Ideally we want like one station to come up here, which would be a square, and then we can start catering for that. I'm going to add this one to the blue line because it's the closest one. And as they want to go to triangles, we have a triangle line on there, which is handy. Hopefully I pick up those square passengers now and take them to the square. So as you can see, it's got a nice like calming background sort of music, and it's quite a simple, like I said, game, but it's quite addictive at the same time. And then we finished another week, so we've got another train, and I think we'll take for an additional line. Now we have a square here, so I'm thinking this might be a good opportunity to add to this one. What I've done there now, you see, is because the blue's already connected to the square line and the yellow's connected to the square line, what I've added now is the added bonus that we can then have, I suppose it's the greeny brown line, which can now connect to the squares. Now, as you can see now, what's been thrown into the mix is an additional shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the purple line or pink line to that line, and I'll probably also connect the blue line. You have the option to lock that bar there, and I'm going to connect the blue line as well to that shape. So now we have 2 lines going to the pentagon. The pentagon, yeah. This triangle's thrown it into the mix a little bit. We don't really need that blue to be connected to that circle line there, so effectively what I might do is rebuild that line. You can basically cancel the line, you see, and then you can rebuild it. There we go. So now I've sort of reconstructed that a little bit, and what I might do is I might also include that yellow line up to the hexagonal as well. So that blue's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stops. So no, actually I'm not connected to that one, am I? I am connected to it. Yellow's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what I might do actually, what I'm going to do here is just add a bit of and then I'm going to chuck a train onto that line. So now we have the outside connected. This is getting a bit complex now, but we're about to finish the next week. I'm sure you're probably all screaming at me right now saying you could have done this so much better, but hopefully you'll pick this game up yourself and give it a go. So I think we're going to put an interchange in because that improves the station's capacity and transfer speed. So if we have a busy line, I think this might be a good place to bump it in there. And what you can see here now is we have a timer here because they've been waiting there for a long time and the trains aren't getting there. So what I'm going to do now is, because there's a train coming there soon, is I'm going to drop another train on the yellow line there. So now we have 2 trains on that line, which hopefully will pick that up in time. So there's another train coming. We're in a bit of trouble here. Oh, and I've ended. Well, anyway, that didn't go very well. But as you can see, I didn't plan my railway out very well, and I only picked up 324 passengers, which is far worse than my go on London, where I picked up 1,849. So I can do better than what I did there. But hopefully that's sort of giving you an insight into the mechanics of the game and how it works. I really do recommend this game, and I really think that it's definitely worth picking up and giving it a go, and hopefully trying to do better than that. Because if you look at the London scores, you can see that I'm in the top 15%, 1,849, which is quite respectable. But as you can see, the top 10 you're looking at in your 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,000s onwards. So you know it is achievable. You can get up there, and I do really recommend giving it a go. Just to give you a sort of a rundown of the menus and things. So basically, you've got like your all your different sort of scenario maps here, and you've got different modes available. So you can select normal mode, which basically means that you don't let the stations overcrowd. Endless is where you can't let the stations overcrowd, but also endless means, so that basically means that the stations don't overcrowd, which means you can basically build and try and get the stations to go really quickly, and work out the best routes to pick the people up the fastest. And then extreme is where not only can you not let the stations overcrowd, but the tracks remain permanent, so you can't make edits to them. So that makes it really difficult. So effectively, once you've laid a line, that's it. You can't edit it like I was doing in the game. And then you also have daily challenges. So effectively, it just sort of picks a map, and then you can then go onto the leaderboard and try and beat the scores. And then we have, just to give you an overview of the options and stuff as well. So effectively, you can change your screen resolutions. You can decide whether it's like full, to have full screen mode or not. You can pick your language. You can have night mode, which turns it to a cool black screen, colorblind, which I presume it's for people that have got certain color sensitive eyes. They change the colors of them. And then obviously you have the options to saving to your Steam as well. Oh yeah, also if you do go to options, there is a tutorial mode, which effectively you can click on, and then that takes you through to a sort of a rundown of how to play the game. Maybe I should play this tutorial a bit more often. So as you can see, it just basically teaches you the mechanics of the game, and then over time it will then grow and get bigger. But I'll we'll exit back to the menu. But there you go. Anyway, so sorry that game didn't last too long, but hopefully it has given you an idea of how good the game is. I think it's really addictive, and I really do hope that you pick it up and then you comment and you tell me how horrifically bad I did and how you could do better. I'm always really interested to hear how people are getting on. So please, if you like the videos and you want to sort of keep looking at some of these sort of smaller games that I'm going to be reviewing, then subscribe, like, and then hopefully I'll see you again soon. So thanks for watching.